Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Make It Epic Wedding podcast. And we have a very, very special guest, the king and queen of epic weddings, Blake and Vetty. How are you guys?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Not bad. I'm so excited to get you guys on. Your wedding was like sick. So good. I'm still just like on a hype from it. Hey, like it was just like absolutely phenomenal. I was even talking to Brad today. We've been chatting a little bit. He's a sweetheart, isn't he?
Love Brad. Love Brad.
But all right, so tell everyone a little bit about yourselves. So like who are you guys? What do you guys do? Where are you from?
Do you want to go first?
I'm Blake. I'm Vetty's better half from regional New South Wales. We reside in Forbes. What else do you want?
And what do you do for a crust, mate?
I'm a diesel mechanic.
Yeah, mad. Awesome. And what about yourself, Vetty?
I'm Vetty. I do accounts. So if you owe money, I'll be chasing it.
Do you run the home budget as well?
Not really.
Rein Blake in.
No. Hey, Blake does what he wants. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And so how long have you guys been together?
We have been together for 8.5 years.
8.5. All right. And the wedding was how many months ago?
About 6. Thereabouts.
About 6-7 months ago in February.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And you guys got some exciting news as well, don't you?
Yeah, we're having a baby.
And so how far along are you now?
About 7 months.
You guys do not mess around. So that wedding night must have went off with a bang.
Yeah, surely did.
Not even fuck spiders, mate.
Love it. Well, I was going to ask you, how's married life? But I think we already know that, don't we?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, amazing. All right. I'm gonna jump into some rapid fire question for you guys, just so myself and the audience can get to know you guys a little bit better. But what's your favorite date night option?
Good food. Anything with food, I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, favorite food.
Oh. This is hard for me, particularly right now. Probably Blake's steak. Like if I go to the pub and have a steak, I'm like, meh. But when Blake makes steak at home, that's probably up there for me.
Yeah, awesome. And what about you, Blake?
I'd just be a sucker for a good counterfeit, I reckon. I'm easy pleased.
Amazing. Is Vetty a good cook?
Yeah, she's better than what she gives herself credit for, that's for sure. Just can't cook steak for shit.
I don't have the patience.
That's why you take over that one. All right. And coffee after 5 p.m. Yes or no?
No, I don't drink it.
Can't tolerate it at all.
Oh God. Okay. All right. What about alcohol before 12?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If is it anything like the wedding day, like alcohol before 8 a.m. straight up?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and if you guys were to buy an exotic pet, what would it be?
Oh,
Giraffe.
All of them. All of them.
She'd buy a zoo, I reckon.
Yeah, I would buy the zoo.
Oh, how good. Jeez. All right. So that kind of gives us a little insight into you guys. Blake, I reckon you are a bit of a low-key romantic. I think you're a bit more of a romantic than you give yourself credit for. But how was the proposal?
It was good, actually.
She said yes.
Actually,
we went for a walk, and where was it? Federal Falls, wasn't it? Katoomba Falls, the other falls I was thinking of. And as you would have heard about the Kathmandu catalogue, etc., when we were there, I proposed to Vetty after finally keeping her on the rocks. there was a couple of tourists come along and started clapping because they witnessed it. I reckon probably Vetty was beside herself, and for the whole way up, I actually convinced her that I got them G'd up to clap for it. There was pure coincidence, but yeah, I had a G'd up. I think it was half the car trip home before I told her I was fucking with her. That was just people that come along at the right time, it seemed. But
yeah,
that was good. She said yes, so now we're here.
Amazing. And baby on the way, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right. And all right, so getting on to the wedding, guys. So what do you think your like aim for like the vibe of your wedding day was? Like, what was the inspiration? Because you guys had a bit of a story, right, with your wedding. Like there was a couple of plans that had to change because of the old vid. Yeah, why don't you give us a little bit of an insight into what actually happened and maybe even your original plans?
So our original plans were to get married in New Zealand, in Queenstown, back in 2021. New Zealand, because myself and my family are from there, and Blake really liked it when we went. And yeah, everything was booked there to have, the mountain and the lake as the backdrop. Awesome. Thought it was a sure thing. And then coronavirus happened.
Its rear ugly head through.
Yes. So then we postponed a year to get married there in 2022. However, about probably
6 months before the wedding.
No, it was like 10 weeks or something.
Yeah,
like 10 weeks before the wedding. New Zealand government was still like, no, we're keeping the borders shut. It's not going to happen. So we had to cancel our original wedding and plan something here in Australia.
In 10 weeks.
In 10 weeks, when everybody else under the sun was also rescheduling their weddings. So we were like, we're not going to get a venue. We're not going to get any vendors.
We're not going to get shit.
We're going to have to put, like go on the buy swap sell pages on Facebook and just find someone amateur that is just wanting some cash to take our photos. Yeah, but anyway, we started Googling and going on Facebook asking recommendations, and very fortunately for us, came through with a pretty good crew of people and still went ahead with our wedding on the planned day. And went off better than I could have hoped for, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Because your venue is like the Vine Grove and Mudgee, right? And it's probably one of my favorite venues. Like Sarah is an absolute legend there. But what drew you to Vine Grove?
Just when we went there and like had a look at the venue, and Sarah was cruisy as, and she said, whatever you guys want, we'll make it happen. As crazy as your ideas can be, they'll happen.
Except the slide.
Yeah, except the water slide.
So just as a bit of context, so Vetty was like talking about different ideas with me over Instagram, and then I'm like, oh, what about like having like a water slide at the end of the night? I'm like, I seen it on a wedding like in the States. And I'm like, this would be actually sick. And I sent it to Vetty. I'm like, we should do this for sure. And then you sent it to Sarah, and Sarah was just like, no.
Sarah was like, don't think my insurance covers that.
Because when I rocked up on the day, Sarah's like, Tim, did you like tell Vetty and Blake? I'm like, look, I'm sorry, but like it would have been such a good idea.
Would have been sick.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know. To be honest, it's pretty dangerous, but like it would have made some epic photos and videos.
It would have been pretty good. But yeah, then like when we walked into the Vine Grove, it just had everything you needed. Like everything you could think of, it was there.
Or even the services she offered, we were blown away by that.
Yeah.
She literally could do everything.
Yeah, she was amazing.
As well as providing ideas and different vendors and stuff.
And she told us this is who you'll book for your flowers and this is who you'll get for your music. We're like, yeah, done.
Sweet, easy.
We only have 10 weeks, so whatever you think.
I can't believe it was 10 weeks.
Yeah, somehow we pulled it off. Go team.
That is actually crazy. Like, was it super stressful? Like trying to do that, or was like there was a bit of stress relief? Like once you kind of like booked your main vendors.
Yeah, once everything was booked, where it was fine. It was just a real scramble trying to get vendors together that we were happy with, because we were still in the mindset of no, we're not just settling for anybody. We want the best.
Yeah.
And yeah, we believe we got that. So
yeah, awesome. Okay, so what were your favorite kind of details about the wedding then? Like Blake, we'll go for you first, mate.
Oh, probably really the whole thing. Like it wasn't like we had a lot of people commend us on like our vendors and stuff, that it wasn't, I suppose, your typical wedding. It was a fun wedding. Like, as you know what Brad was like that blew a few people out of the water. They weren't expecting that. So yeah, really the whole thing, like it was just, a real good night, essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like it was good food, good people, good venue, like.
And that, like, that's a big thing, right? And like, I think it's like with me, like, especially like, I want to make sure like the couples that like book me, like, know they're kind of getting something that's a little bit like different from your normal like videographer experience. Like for me, like I want you guys to have fun, and like I want to have fun as well, right? Like I want to make this like as epic as possible, and like the more I get to know like you guys, like the more I can like cater and create like an epic experience like for you. And like man, like your wedding was wild. Like it was so much fun. And like I think just because like you guys are just naturally like wild and like fun people. like when we like rocked up to like the boys in the morning, like I remember like we walked in, and then I think it was your brother Blake, he's like, oh, you'd want to get your camera out for this. And then out comes that guy in a mankini, just like runs straight in through like the balcony door, and then jumps the fence and then into the pool. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like I'm so glad I filmed this. Like I could not like I'm like straight away like this has to go in the film for sure. Like maybe I need to like censor out all the bits that were shown. Oh, I'm like, and then, like straight away because like you're like your photographer too. Like he was just an absolute legend, and like he looked at me and he's like, yeah, this is going to be a fun day. But all right, Vetty, what were you? What was probably like your favorite kind of details about the wedding?
Probably just finally getting married. You know, going through 2 years of just setback after setback, you get a bit disheartened, I suppose. So yeah, probably finally getting married. And then like after the ceremony and everything, like I didn't feel like, you know, you had to babysit anyone or go and do anything, because there was enough going on that everyone was having a good time. They had a drink in their hand. Like there was nothing, like no one went without anything. Everything was there. Everything. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And all right. So like what were some of your standout vendors?
Oh, that's hard.
It is a hard one. Even like for me, I was like, oh, like, how can I ask this? Because I know they're all going to be so good.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, you all stood out individually for your own, like for own reasons.
Yeah, like you can't pick one really because everyone was so good.
Yeah.
Like you set a bus on fire with us, like that's pretty fucking
shit.
Good.
I hope Sarah doesn't listen to this.
We weren't meant to tell Sarah.
It's all right. It's been 6 months.
All right, Sarah, he's only joking. He's only joking. I did not set the bus on fire.
Wild.
That probably isn't covered by insurance either.
That was so funny. We're like, oh, what's that smoke coming from the bus? And like it made for an epic backdrop too. Like it was so good.
Part of the plan.
I mean, I think like, I don't know, people are probably like, oh, you're biased. But for me, it was the first wedding I've been to where the ceremony wasn't boring. I know it was my own wedding and like, you know, it was about Blake and I. But pretty much every other wedding I've gone to, I'm like, can this celebrant just shut up and let's get on with the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found it was just a different experience than I've ever experienced at another wedding.
I suppose even with that, like the old man, I remember going, don't be a complete knob with your speeches. And I think he even said it in his speech. As soon as we heard the celebrant, we go, we know we've been fucking stitched up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and like that, I think that's like a really big thing. Like I have like a personalized approach, like with like my like video like couples, and like Alex has a personalized approach with his photography couples, and Brad has a personalized approach as well. And like you're right, like you go to some ceremonies and like, look, I've been to hundreds. And, there's a reason why like I really like connect with like those celebrants that take their time to get to know you and like make like your ceremony yours. So like for you guys, like it was pretty epic. It was so much fun. Like there was high fives, like he was like singling out people.
Yeah.
Like there was so much banter going on. And then he had his bloody wild hat on. Like it was just so good.
Yes. And I think too, like because you know, we had to postpone and cancel and whatever else. Finally getting to do it, we were in the mindset of, you know, whatever happens today, it is what it is. Like we're just going to make the best out of all of it. And having like you and Alex there when it started raining a little bit, you guys were like, what are you going to do if it rains? And Blake and I were just like, well, we're just going to go out in the rain and have fun. And you guys like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then like, you know, you fully supported it. You were like, yep, let's go have fun. Let's go get drenched if it rains. Like, you know, whatever happens. I think if we went with our vendors that we had in New Zealand, I don't know if the attitude would have been the same. They seem to be a bit more serious.
Yeah. I think like just like coming from weddings, like I don't want to go to a wedding and be hungry because I'm going to end up drunk quicker. I still got drunk, but like there was plenty of food at ours. Nothing like with you and Alex, nothing felt forced. Like you just let us be sort of thing. Like
that's actually something all the boys, like Blake Scrim's, all commented on. They were like, they were the best photographer and videographer ever. Like we didn't even know they were there.
Yeah. Like there was nothing forced. You just sort of let us be, steered us in the right direction as we needed it, because we needed it. Nothing felt forced, and you're able to be comfortable, I guess, with that. And obviously, Brad was fun, food was good, like
everything was just good.
Sarah went above and beyond.
She sewed me back into my dress.
Yeah, she sewing kit out.
Oh, she's a cutie. I remember like during the portraits, and like we had you guys lined up, and like, oh, what can we get the girls to do? And like, girls, like, are you keen to throw like your flowers like at the guys?
Yes.
Oh, there was just like we had some fun with some smoke bombs. Like, it was it was just fun. And I think like especially for you guys, and like my approach is like having like a very posed approach. Like it looks awkward on video. Like it's not my style. It's not my vibe. Like it doesn't bring out like who you guys are. And like for me, like I really want to make sure like a wedding day, like you're having fun, like it's natural, it's authentic. And like to do that, like for you guys, like we had to like step it up and like play some some real fun games, and like keep it natural and keep it moving, keep it flowing. And like to be honest, like it just felt like we'll just say like the wedding, like just capturing the goodness, having some fun with you guys. Like it was like it didn't nothing felt forced. And like there's a big thing in my like as part of my process, like when we do like the questionnaires before the wedding, and it's like for like your portrait session, like do you want to like get photos and videos done like as soon as possible, get back to the party, get back to your family and friends like in canapes, like, or do you want to explore the grounds, like take as much time as you want to get like the best photos and videos? And like I know you guys, like you wanted like good photos and videos, but you also like wanted to like get back to the party as well. And like, and that was like a big thing. Like if you guys want to get back to the party, like I'm all for it. Like, I don't want to have to like force you guys, but like that was never the case. Like, we got some like amazing stuff, and then I remember we had like a bit of a broke smoko. Like, we got some champagne out, had some food, and then I remember I think I threw the champagne bottle up, or like Alex and I were throwing it to each other, and then Blake grabbed it and then just sprayed all the girls. like it's actually the video on my website.
Yes. Actually, I noticed that. I said, Blake, you're famous.
Well, that's when we were meant to spray it in the air, and
you just turned on everybody.
I turned on everyone, and there's people pissed
like
off.
The boys ran, the girls just stayed still and just copped it. Like,
or Ali.
And then I think you used Tyler up to then spray me with beer about half hour later.
Oh no, So it was just such a fun day. All right. So like my next question was like, what made your wedding day like epic? And like, I think we kind of answered it. Like, wasn't just like one thing. I think everything just kind of came together. You guys had like an amazing venue, you had amazing support staff, you had like really good vendors that just kind of got who you were, got who you are, and then just made that day yours. But what's probably some advice that you would give to other couples planning their wedding, like who want to make their wedding just as epic as yours? Vetty, do you want to kick this one off first?
I think my biggest thing would just be going with an open mind and don't expect anything to be what you've planned it to be.
Great advice.
And pick vendors that are actually interested in getting to know you, and asking them questions doesn't feel like you're bothering them. Like, they're more than happy to help if you need other vendor recommendations or anything like that. They'll go above and beyond for you to make sure your day is epic. There are a lot of vendors out there that don't do that, so to find ones that do is key, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So like choosing vendors that like align with your vision, like in your values, like is huge. And that, like I harp on about that like a lot. And that's why like it's important for me to like work with like couples like you guys as well. Like, amazing. And Blake, what about you?
Probably a big thing for me, I suppose, is that's a once in a lifetime party essentially. So you have as much fun as possible. Like, make sure the day's fun. Like, we got to 12 o'clock when it was shut off time for our wedding, and we were nowhere near ready to go home. Like, we were just having a ball, like, which I suppose pays testament to everyone that was there, that it just went so quick. So we were having such a good time with everyone there. Like, that's what it's about. You don't want it to be boring or run of the mill. Like,
no, it definitely, your wedding was definitely not boring. Even your sister is like as MC as well.
Then probably another thing I suppose is like, I think we were very lucky with vendors. Like, you guys probably could have easily packed up after 20 minutes going, fuck, this is nuts. After you RC to fucking...
No way, man. I feed off that. That was great.
I think it takes a special fucking bunch of idiots to be able to sit there and go, this is going to be great. And a bloke in a mankini and a mullet wig fucking belly flop into a pool and go, that's the rest of our night, right? So. And
it just got better from there too. Like, if that was like the pinnacle, then I would have been disappointed, but it just kept on getting better. Oh, no. So, okay. Like, looking back at your wedding day, what were you most glad that you did? Like, do you think there was anything that could have been done like better, or?
In New Zealand, but
we were.
I don't remember.
Oh shit, this is hard. I'm probably glad that we, when you first get engaged, most guys probably don't do it, but you look at the things you're supposed to do in a wedding, and I'm glad that we didn't go with a lot of the traditions. A lot of them I just felt like, I just thought, what does that even mean? What's that for? Like, your bouquet toss and your garter toss and your cutting of the cake and things like that. Like, each to their own. If people are happy to have that, that's fine. But I just thought, why would I follow those traditions when I could be spending more time on the D floor, spending more time with my new husband and all the guests that made the effort to come there. Like, I would rather be having fun than, you know, cutting a cake with a fake smile on just for the photographer. You know what I mean?
No one really noticed that none of that stuff was done anyway.
No, and every wedding I've gone to, I've been too drunk by that point to remember anyone cutting a cake. So I thought, what's the point?
That's top. Like, that is like such like a good statement, because it's so true. I think with a lot of weddings like now, like, we just have to assume like we have to follow these traditions, but you really don't. Like, and that's like one like really big thing. Like, if you want your wedding days to be epic, make it yours. Like, if you don't want to cut a cake, like if you don't want to have a first dance, don't do it. Like, if you don't want to say your vows like in front of everyone and you want to have like private vows, like just like it's
do whatever you want.
Because I think at the end of the day, when you do like what you want, like when it's like in line with your vision, like it's going to be a more memorable day. Like, it's going to be better and it's going to be more epic for you. Because like epic doesn't mean like super like wild. Like epic, I think like for us, like for me, it's just like making it yours.
Personalizing it to, you know, that couple, or to, you know, to yourselves as a couple. Yeah,
awesome. All right, so let's have a chat about like the film, guys. So like, obviously, like, you hired me as your videographer, and like it was one of the most fun I've had. Like, I remember I drove home after that wedding, and it's like a 4-hour drive home. I was on such a high. Like, it was actually so good. I mean, like, we stayed back like heaps later because the dance floor was going off, and I think it was maybe like 20 minutes, and after I was like meant to leave, and then like the dance floor was going off, and then I think it was Tyler, like your brother was like just going nuts. I don't think he even stacked it.
Oh, that would have been Cody.
That was it. Yeah. Oh, no, good fun. But like, what did you think about wedding videography before you got married? Like, was it a priority? Like, did you have any reservations? Because like, not like that video is not necessarily like, I suppose, a value to like every couple. But like, what did you think of wedding videography before you got married?
Honestly, I was probably a bit on the fence. Like, I think Vetty took a bit of convincing to get me over the line with it. And after everything you did, like even the additional videos you did so that Vetty's family that weren't able to be at the wedding, like, that's stuff that we can't thank you enough for that, to be able to have passed all that on. But like, as someone that was on the fence, I sort of like, photos you can look back through, like a video's only short, but I suppose the video encapsulates the vibe of what we had there, and you get to see it live, not just photos. Like, I'd spend the money again tomorrow now. We said that about the whole wedding. Like, they're an expensive party, but we'd do it all again tomorrow.
Okay, amazing. And then, so like, what do you think about wedding videography now after like being married?
I cannot recommend. If you've got the right videographer, I cannot recommend enough, which we were lucky enough to have.
I agree.
For sure. Amazing. All right, that's really nice feedback, guys. Like, I love hearing that. And okay, so like, I know, like, because I gave you, or I edited a teaser for you guys, and like with that teaser, like, I think it was like a week after the wedding, like, I wanted something like to give you guys that was just like capsulated like how fun and wild that was. So like, I'm going all out with this, like with this film, like, even though it's like it was only a minute, but like, it was just wild. And like, that's like one of my favorite films. Like, as I said before, like, it's on my website, like straight away, like it's on the front page. But like, what would you say to couples out there contemplating like whether to get a videographer, like, or not, like, for their wedding?
Do it.
I would say it's non-negotiable, and to do it. Like, I hear a lot of people say, like, one of my girlfriends got married not that long after we got married, and she said, oh, like, it's just not in the budget. And I totally understand that. If it's not in the budget, it's not in the budget. But I think it's something you can't put a price on because it's not something you're going to walk away with after the day's done if you don't get it.
Yeah.
And like Blake said, photos are a non-negotiable as well, but they can't tell the story the same way a video can.
Yeah, like it's moving frames, there's sounds, there's emotions, it's just capturing like the essence like of the day. So when you watch back on it, like you can just see and hear things that like you just photos can't. Like, and photos like definitely like do have their place. And like I get it, like wedding videography, it's not cheap and it's probably not in anyone's budget, but it probably comes down to really. Like the value, like what value do you put on like those memories as well. But like maybe it's also they haven't found the right videographer for them either.
Yes. And when I was looking for videographers, like I was looking at so many, and and some of them were more expensive than what we ended up with, and like those ones I was looking at and I was like, well, that's just way too much money. Some were less than what we paid. And I was like, well, that's way too much money when I was looking at, their gallery and all that sort of stuff, or looking at all their work.
Even looking at that, but if the vibe wasn't there.
That's what I mean. The price, I suppose people say it's not in the budget because they haven't found the right one. When I got onto your website and was looking at your work, I think I said in my inquiry, like it's the first video I've watched that I'm like, I want to go to that wedding. That looks like so much fun. I want to go.
Yeah, I remember.
When I showed Blake was like, this is fucking awesome. We're going to book this guy.
And it's so good when I get those inquiries as well, because like it just means like the inquiry that you're getting, or this couple like really values like the work that you do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't it doesn't happen as often as you would think. So yeah, it's something that really makes like, all the hours that like I put into like creating like everyone's story, like it really makes it like worth it when it's so like appreciative.
Yeah. And when we got to that point, like money wasn't it, like we didn't even think about like, oh, what's this going to cost us? We were just like, we need this guy.
Yeah.
And that was the end of story. That was it.
All right. And last question, which kind of like takes us home, is like, what's your advice for couples out there for choosing like their videographer and like any vendor for that matter?
Advice. I think it would like do what you want to do, pick who you want to pick. Don't go and book the local person in town because that's who everybody books. Like do your research. Social media is way better than Google is for finding vendors and things. And looking on social media, you can get a grasp of their work a bit better, I find, than just, Google reviews and things like that. And don't let money be money obviously matters when it comes to weddings, but don't let that be the driver, I guess, of picking your vendors. Like if you love their work, you have to, I think you have to make a sacrifice somewhere so that you can get an epic crew together to have an epic day, I suppose.
Probably even getting to know your vendors. Like you guys, it's a small industry really for you guys. You all know each other, that we're able to get recommendations on who we should get, judging by certain people with how they felt we were going, this guy would be totally good for you. Like you should contact him for your wedding. Like,
yeah,
that was a big help. I thought that, like you guys could go, right, oh yeah, and you've booked such and such. Oh, we're all sort of like this kind of people, but you've got this. I don't know if that'll work. Try this. Like,
yeah,
you guys were very helpful. You do it for a living. So, that was a massive help for us, sort of thing.
Yeah. So I think other couples should definitely take advice from their vendors.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thanks so much for your time tonight, guys. It's been absolutely amazing to chat to you, and I'm so excited. You guys are absolutely nailing it, and not in just a physical sense, Blake, but yeah. No, you guys you guys killed it. Like I had so much fun. Like you guys were just like absolute legends to work with, and you know, like it was sad when I like put I sent the gallery to you guys because I'm like, oh, like that's our story, like coming into an end. But nah, look, like with every like gallery that I send to each couple, like I'm just like so jittery and so excited. Like I can't wait to hear back that you've watched it and you love it. And like I remember when you you messaged me, Vetty, and you're like, I've just seen it. This is freaking ridiculous. Like how did you do this so well? Like, and it just it makes everything like all worth it, and just reinforces like why I have the best job in the world.
Yeah. Probably the worst part of it was once we got the teas was waiting for the full video. I'm pretty sure it was every day.
Yeah.
Is it done yet? Is it done yet?
Yeah, that was the hardest part of that time, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But
that's all right. We'll let you off the hook.
It's all good.
Oh, amazing. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I'll chat to you soon.
No worries. See ya.